elections were bloody. Well, get ready. The nastiest fighting might be coming soon. Now, listen closely to Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell.
The formula is simple. When the administration agrees with the American people, we will agree with the administration. When it disagrees with the American people, we won't. This has been our posture from the beginning of this administration, and we intend to stick with it. If the administration wants cooperation, it will have to begin to move in our direction.
Meanwhile, Senate Majority Leader Harry Reid says Democrats will work with Republicans, but the GOP better not try to block any legislation. So, does this mean more gridlock just got tighter? Republican Senator Lindsay Graham joins us live. Good evening, Senator. And it sounds like we're hearing two very different parties speaking, are we not?
Well, the truth of the matter is that we're going to extend all the Bush tax cuts because a lot of Democrats understand it's in their interest, in the economy's interest, not to raise taxes. When it comes to health care, we just got a big difference. We want to replace the bill and start over, and there's no negotiating there.
Senator, tell me, have you had a chance to speak to any of your colleagues in the United States Senate since election night, and what are they saying on your side of the aisle?
Fired up, ready to go. I mean, people are really excited. We got to have some good members coming in, and we got a chance to do some things early on to create jobs by extending the tax cuts, put the brakes on spending. But the truth is, if we're really serious as a party and a nation to getting out of debt, we need to embrace entitlement reform. And I hope some new members will be brave enough to do that.
How do you get the two parties to really speak at this point? I know the president's invited everyone to the White House, or at least leaders of different parties, on November 18th. But, you know, we go through this whole period where when President Obama was first elected, at least we're told, he said to the Republicans, essence, you know, tough luck, I'm the president, I won, we're going to do it my way. Right. Now we hear from the Republican Party that, no, we're going to do what the American people want. It's not what you've been doing, because clearly it's not what you've been doing, because you wouldn't have been voted out of the House. So, I mean, how do we really sort of end this gridlock? It seems quite a daunting task.
The same way you run a church or a business or a Rotary Club, you get in a room, you talk to each other, you try to work out your differences. The president would be smart to talk to Republicans more. I think a lot of Democrats are looking for an opportunity to vote on extending the tax cuts. But this idea of talking to each other like every other American group, whether it be private sector or public sector, is a good place to start. So I look forward to talking with the president about things we can do to create jobs, like extending the tax cuts.
What is sort of the philosophy of this whole sort of business of being in the United States Senate or even governing in the White House? Now, let's take a topic like health care, and Senator Orrin Hatch will be joining us in a moment. But if more people in the United States want it repealed than don't want it repealed, you know, do we then repeal it because that's the will of the people, or is the right thing to do what you think is intellectually right if it's something different from the will of the people?
I don't think it's ever smart for a legislative body to change 1/5 of the economy on party line vote. The message from the health care reform debate is that the process that led to passage was sleazy. Backroom deals, buying off senators. We promised transparency, a debate on C-SPAN. We got the old Washington. So my message to my Democratic colleagues is that the way you passed the bill was wrong and the substance of the bill was wrong. There are plenty of Republicans who want to reform health care. Let's sit down and do it right. Let's repeal this bill, get in a room like a bunch of Americans do every day, and see if we can find common ground on health care. There's a lot of common ground to be found without raising taxes and taking $500 billion out of Medicare to fix our health care problems.
Well, President Obama was quite certain that the national health care was the thing to do, and that particular bill was the right one. Do you think, and especially after watching him yesterday in his press conference, do you think he will change his mind or back down? Because he's a very confident man.
I don't know if he will change his mind. He turned the health care debate over to the most liberal people in the House, and it was a partisan debate from the beginning. There was really no effort to find middle ground. They had a big majority, and they used it, and it went over like a lead balloon. The president would be smart and I think wise to talk to Republicans. There is common ground on extending the Bush tax cuts at least for 2 or 3 years, and when it comes to health care, we should repeal this bill before it gets entrenched and try to find a way forward. There is a lot of agreement on health care, but the process that we used did not allow that agreement. The politics of health care got really off track, and if the president insists on keeping this bill intact, There's going to be a fight between him and Republicans and the American people that go all the way to 2012, and it may take a presidential election to settle this debate.
What did you think after the president's press conference yesterday? Were you convinced he was properly chastened because there was a message from the American people, or not? You shake your head no.
Well, I just don't think he understands that it was his policies that got him in this mess. You know, President Obama came in with a wave of hope. The American people picked this young man. They were hopeful he could change things. And the policies, from the health care, the process in passing health care was everything different than he said it would be. The stimulus package, the financial regulation bill, the amount of debt, the growth of government. People rejected his policies. He lost his own Senate seat. Illinois voted for a Republican, a moderate Republican. How much clearer message can you give to the president than people in Illinois who like him personally saying, you're going the wrong way, we want to check and balance you? And I don't think he understands that. It was policies, not personality, that got him in this mess. People don't love Republicans. It wasn't like people in Illinois woke up one day and said, boy, I've been a Republican all these years and didn't know it. It's the Obama overreach.
Senator, thank you, sir. Nice to see you, sir.